What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back with another video on the channel, and today we did another pull-up, but this time it is not a random restaurant. One of my favorite pizza places in the area is known as Rose's Pizzeria. It's located in Garfield, New Jersey, and on Google, listen, if you have a rating this high on Google in North Jersey, you have got to have pizza that bangs, and this is no exception. Rose's Pizza has a 4.6 out of 769 ratings on Google, and I'm telling you, y'all seen some of the reviews that people have of pizza places around here, but the reason that I pulled back up was this. The last time I went to Rose's, and I've been eating at Rose's, no joke, since I was a child. Probably the first time I had Rose's, I was about 5 or 6 years old. Now, I always got the same things. This sandwich and a little marinara pizza. That is literally all I ever got. But a bunch of people the last time said, you went to Rose's, you never tried the Sicilian pizza. You've got to get the Rose's Sicilian pizza. It is the best there. The Rose's special. So that is what we did today. We got a full Sicilian pizza, but we got it the Rose's special. It comes with sausage, peppers, pepperoni, and meatballs. I haven't looked at this thing yet. You can see the thing is still intact. So we're going to lift this up and we're going to do what we always do, which is unveil it together. We also do have another Buckeye brownies review, which will be towards the end of the video. I did the first one yesterday, the Girl Scout package. It is ridiculous, and of course we had to have a bev. We've got the Arizona half and half. I had to have an Arizona. I haven't had Arizona in years, and this is like the East Coast staple, so I had to do that one. 99 cents. And I got my goat sandwich, which we'll have in a second. But first, let's do this pizza. Y'all ready for this? I'm excited. I haven't had a Sicilian from Rose's. I love Sicilian pizza, so this means it's square. That is a thumbnail if I ever seen one. What is that? This is legit the most loaded Sicilian pizza I have. You know those little things they put in here? Did they steal these? Look what it says on here. Can y'all read that? It says Jets Pizza. Isn't Jets Pizza like a Detroit pizza franchise? I love that. That is, honestly, that's a W. That's kind of funny. But this pizza looks absolutely loaded. It's heavy as hell. I noticed when I was carrying the thing. I'm going to get this end piece and just get right into this because... Don't you dare. Don't you... Man, that is cheesy. Look at this. Look at this. Y'all might have been right. I don't even have to bite this to know this is going to be a banger, but look at the loading toppings you see on this thing. Meatball, sausage, pepperoni, peppers, extra cheese on this thick-ass Sicilian... Oh, man. Okay, let's try it. Wow. There's cheese. I can feel it. Wow. 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 Did I say wow? This is going to be a lot to unpack. So buckle up. That's good. Start off with the pizza itself. Crust is so on point. It's fluffy and light, but you see that? Well done. Just the crust alone, man, that's like really good, almost like focaccia bread. Brings you to the second layer, which is their sauce. Super saucy. There's sauce on the actual box because it's so saucy, which is crazy. But I've had Rose's sauce a billion times. It is one of the better sauces around. Damn, that is good, man. I've been asleep. I've been eating this place for 20 years, and I've never had this pizza. Tripping. Even the crust, God, oh my God. Wow. This is the best Sicilian pizza I've ever had. And I've been eating here forever. And nobody told me until this year. I'm kind of mad. But let's go to layer 3 because I'm still losing my mind. Their pepperoni Kind of spicy. Big pieces. Their sausage, I've had their sausage parm. It's the same sausage. Delicious. The meatballs, see if I can just steal this. I don't want to ruin it, but y'all see how big that is? Sliced homemade meatballs, you can 100% tell. I think I heard this off. Sliced homemade meatball, you can 100% tell. Crispy, they're crispy. Oh, God damn. The peppers are the same ones they use on their sandwiches. Almost get a little bit of like oregano oil vinegar taste. And then there's a thick layer of mozzarella. I've been hitting gold with some of this stuff recently. This is literally the best Sicilian pizza I've ever had. It's unbelievable. Oh, God. Wow. Unbelievable. This thing costs like $25. But, as you can see how heavy this is, for most people, 2 slices of this and you're good to go. Look at that sauce. Just look at that right here. See what I'm talking about? You can't get more of a W than this pizza. This is unbelievable. This place has been around much longer than I've been alive. And a lot of people swear by it. And I've been listening to all these people over the last months or whatever. They've started seeing my videos and they're like, "You never went to Rose's and got the Sicilian? What's the matter with you?" A lot is the matter with me. Because this right here is one of the most perfect slices of Sicilian pizza I've ever eaten. I mean, I'm a toppings guy. The toppings don't overpower this ridiculously crust, the buttery, oily. It's as good as it gets. I mean, if you live in my area and you like Sicilian pizza, even if you don't, I was one of those people that didn't like it until like 5 years ago. This is it. Every pizzeria has something they shine at. Man, real deal. Okay, we're gonna move this sandwich here. Got rid of a piece. I already gave away some of my pizza. I told you I do give away some of my stuff. Pizza's still hot, so I did give away some already. We're gonna give away the rest. Probably have like 1 or 2 more slices, because this is some really heavy pizza, but it is delicious. I want to get into this sandwich. I want to get this review. I also want to talk a little bit. I got some things I need to get off the chest because the finals just ended and y'all are still getting at me. But I need to go to. It doesn't matter. Let's go to this right here. You don't know what's in here. This is my favorite sandwich when it comes to pizzerias. This, I've been eating. I've had so many of these. It's probably laughably ridiculous at this point. But this is what we call a number 10 on the Rose's menu. You can see they wrap this bad boy up. Look, like Inception. Look. Take off another wrapper for another wrapper. But the number 10 is the the cold sub Parmesan. Okay, if you're familiar with an Italian sandwich, what you do is you get some nice cold cuts. So you got ham, salami, gabagool, or capicola for all you people that are gonna make fun of how I pronounce things. So you got the ham, salami, you got the gabagool. And some nice good toasted bread. And then what you do, which is normal, which is different from a normal cold Italian sub. I can't even get this thing off because it's so, look how dense this thing is. Just look at this. Look at this. So the difference is what you do instead of like a normal one is you have mozzarella. So you take a big ass chunk of mozzarella, which is what you see in the middle, and then you put it into the oven and you toast it off. So like a chicken parm, cold sub parm. That's what is known as. That is a number 10 at Rose's, and I always get the same toppings for the last God knows how many years. So I have banana peppers, oil and vinegar. That's it. Ham, salami, gabagool, mozzarella. Extra mozzarella on this one. You can see the thick in the middle. That's like 7 C's on that one. And then it just hits every time. This thing right here. Toretto, man. That was like 3 cars. I don't know if y'all can tell. That was a super loud one. I think they was really going a quarter mile at a time here. Maybe he had like Ludacris with him. Or Tyrese. Tyrese right here. Don't ruin my sandwich. God. Oh my God. Can y'all see the drip? Oil and vinegar. Look at that. It's super good. This is one of the best sandwiches you'll ever eat. Ever. Man. Let me think. Let me get a little bit bev. Half and half. I haven't had Arizona in so long. Best 99-cent drink in the world. Okay, hold on a second. Man, I miss these. I gotta get back on these. I gotta get back on those. But the quality of cold cuts in here have always been second to none. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Also true. Normally I wouldn't even say anything, but we don't lie here on this channel. Normally a number 10 does not come with mayo. You put mayo on this. It is delicious. I've been getting the wrong order at the best pizza place for 20 years. Apparently. Unreal. Either one of these two, some of the best stuff you'll get from any pizza place. People can say what they want to. One of the biggest reasons why I started doing local businesses on this channel. And this is the realest I'll ever get. I think the food in this area is as good as anything I've ever had. Any kind of food. I'm not saying that it's the best at everything. I'm not one of those people. But there are so many great restaurants in this area of so many different genres that I've lived in the Midwest. I've been as far out to the West Coast. I'm talking the United States here. Obviously, I can't compare to the world. But in this country, you can find something from every genre in this area that is top tier. And don't get me started on our pizza. To me, this area when it comes to pizza, people say New York City. I've had pizza in New York City, and it's delicious. But people sleep on, when I say New York City, I'm talking Manhattan. People sleep on Queens, they sleep on Brooklyn, they sleep on Long Island, all the 5 boroughs, and they sleep on North Jersey. They sleep on Bergen County, they sleep on Passaic County. I'm just telling you. This sandwich is so good, man. I never got it with this mango. You see it. I can't even say anything. Okay, last bite. I'm gonna get one more piece of pizza too. But we gotta talk. Obviously, a lot of my content recently, and when I'm talking the subject matter, has been very much about the NBA. Namely the finals. A lot of people came around while the Celtics were in the playoffs. And a lot of my content has been NBA stuff. And now that the season's over, I'm going to say some things about the Celtics. And I'm going to say some things about certain players that I feel like people need to know. Number one, does it suck that the Celtics lost in the finals for me? Yes. Absolutely. Anytime your favorite team gets to the finals, you want them to go all the way. And it doesn't feel good. But I've said this in a lot of videos. I've always had a lot of respect for the Warriors as a team. I have been a fan of them, watching them play, which I've said in multiple videos, since they've gotten the Splash Brothers era. That's real. I didn't root for them, clearly, but I will always like to watch a good basketball. And I've said that I think Steph Curry is super underrated. So respect to them. They beat us, as in the Celtics. I don't play for the Celtics. I hate saying that. But they beat the Celtics. They deserve the title. With that being said, now that the season's over, I'm really proud of how that team played, as in Boston this year. Because they were not supposed to be in the finals. They were 25-25 in the beginning of the first 50 games of the season and rattled off. Ended up going they ran like their final record was 62-30 or something like that. I'm pretty sure it was 62-30. So to go from a 500 team to the number 2 overall seed, to beating the defending champions, to beating a very good Miami team who was the 1 seed, to sweeping a team in the Nets that people thought were going to beat Boston. It was a very good season. When you look at it. Now, as far as the finals performance goes, yes, they underperformed like crazy. The Warriors were very good, and the Celtics were nowhere near at their best, and you're not going to beat that team like that. With that being said, though, I'm a little... what's the word I want to say? I'm kind of shocked at the Jason Tatum slander. Did he have his best final? No. Absolutely not. But now people are saying he's washed, trash. One, he's 24 years old. Still very young. 2, he's one of the top 5 players in the NBA according to the All-NBA team. He was first team All-NBA. I know people want to debate that, whatever. That's what it is. Moving on from that, they wouldn't have been in the finals if it wasn't for him. He played a lot of lights-out basketball all year for them to get there. So for people to say that he's trash now, I'm just how do you even say that? You know what I mean? It's just, I've had people in the comments, and I've talked to some people, kind of people saying he's, you wouldn't have rooted for the Warriors. I didn't say I rooted for the Warriors, but I feel like there's no reason because someone played bad for all of a sudden. I don't understand the perspective of people that when someone doesn't perform well or someone is whatever, that people want to dance on their grave. I don't like that. I've never been that way. Ever. It doesn't mean you have to feel bad for somebody, but at the same time, you don't have to be happy that someone failed. Even if you are a Warriors fan, be happy your team won. Don't you have to be oh, well, he's washed, haha. I just think that's such a L mentality, personally. And all those NBA franchises, I couldn't think of a team that wouldn't say, oh, we'd love to have him on our team. He didn't finish the job. But what people don't realize is he played over 3,700 minutes this year. And he played the most minutes of any player in the playoffs in the last 10 years, other than one, LeBron James. And if you watch that series, not saying they deserve to win, but they look like they've ran out of gas at one point. They looked tired. Do I think he was tired? Yes, I do think he was tired. People saying that he shrinks in big moments. He's never shrunk in a big moment until now. I think that he literally was just dead, just done, tired. And that sucks, but we move. Well, that being said, I just wanted to kind of say, there's one thing. Now, I get fans are fans and people do that, but if you're the type of person that's he's trash, you're weird. I'm sorry. He's a lot of things, but trash ain't one of them. People want to say that Jaylen Brown's better than him? Maybe. Yeah, that's not the argument. I don't think so, personally. I think Jaylen Brown's very good, but he has holes in his game just like everybody else. People act like Tatum set the record for turnovers. Jaylen Brown was right behind him. They both turn the ball over too much. Way too much. And maybe they can fix that, but they sure didn't when it came to this finals. And You can't do that against an elite team like Golden State, and they did. And as far as the team goes and him, I'm not going to blame him for the fact that they lost, because he was not the only player that didn't show up. Not even close. The Celtics bench has been good all year. They gave them nothing in the finals. Towards the end, when they started losing. Nothing. No scoring, no contributions. I think they had a combined like 13 points in Game 6. And even the best players have bad games. Steph Curry, people seem to forget this, in Game 4, did not play well. Nothing was falling for him. But his team picked him up that game, and they still won by 16. Imagine in that game that Curry didn't show up. Didn't show up. Sometimes the shots just don't fall. But imagine in that game that Wiggins didn't drop 26 and Thompson didn't drop almost 20 to pick him up. All of a sudden the Celtics are up 3-1. It's a different series. So I think people need to stop placing him in the crosshairs. I mean Jason Tatum. And kind of realize that basketball is a team game. No matter who it is, if you talk about LeBron, even with the rings he won, Ray Allen doesn't hit that 3 versus San Antonio, they probably don't win. Kyrie Irving, the step back 3, they probably don't win. That doesn't mean LeBron James didn't deserve it. I'm just saying you need other players around you. Even in the one ring that Boston won, and this is my last basketball thought of the day, even in the one time they did win it. Of course, you had PP, Paul Pierce. You had KG, you had Ray, you had Rondo. I watched every minute of those finals. If you tell me that the Boston's bench didn't drastically outperform LA's bench, you didn't watch the finals. Because Eddie House was out there raining threes the entire finals. And that was the difference. They had a couple of veteran guys come off the bench and they balled the entire finals. And that's why they won. James Posey, people forget about this stuff. I was there. I'm watching. So, even when the Warriors were at their height, yes, of course you had the Splash Brothers, but you also had guys like Iggy and Sean Livingston and guys like that who would make contributions that helped them win that ring. And if you don't have that, you don't win. I don't care what team you are. My favorite teams, the New York Yankees, 2009. They were carried by A-Rod that postseason. People probably don't even realize that because A-Rod doesn't get enough credit, whatever. A-Rod carried them that postseason. Big hit after big hit after big hit in 2009. And CC Sabathia. When they got to the World Series, the MVP was Hideki Matsui. And CC Sabathia, who had been an automatic win the entire year, lost to Cliff Lee in Game 1. We were staring down the barrel in Game 2, and Pedro Martinez was pitching versus AJ Burnett. And AJ Burnett tossed a gem. And we got back in that series and ended up winning it. You can go almost any championship team. If you're watching, you're a sports fan, name your championship team and talk about those unsung plays that work. Giants, Eli Manning. David Tyree caught a ball off his freaking helmet. You have to have that. And yes, your star has to show up. Has to. But even with your star, LeBron James played some of the best finals I've ever seen and lost that year to the Warriors. Because he had no help that year. He came back and won it. But that first time, my man he was playing, I've never seen somebody play like that. It didn't matter. He was dropping 40 a game, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. You need those bench players. In anything. In any team, you need that. Somebody got to come up big. Has to. I've played on championship teams in real life. And we had players step up and make plays. Players that you wouldn't even think. And it was at a point, I'll get into this story later, but we started off that year. We went to the national championship. We started off that year at 3-4. We were 3-4. Not a joke. 3-4. We didn't lose another game all the way to the national championship. And every week, it was somebody else making a play. I even threw my hat in there for certain stuff, bro. No joke. We didn't know who it was going to be, but we all had this feeling that somebody was going to do it. And you need that. And when the Celtics choked that Game 4, their demeanor changed. They didn't believe anymore. They just gave up. They ran out of gas. They didn't have any fight left. They were fighting before that. And they still kind of fought. But you could tell by their body language, they just didn't believe it. But the Warriors' body language literally changed. They believed. No matter what the Celtics did, even in that last game that the Warriors won, the Celtics would make a run and get it down to like 8, get it down to 6, and the Warriors just like, nah, hell nah, 3, done. They kept doing it. That's a championship team. They deserve to win that game. Period. But that's my take on it. This is so good. I don't want to eat it all because it's super heavy. But I do want to try this Buckeye brownie. So, let me heat this up real quick. Give me a second. Part 2, Buckeye brownies. We got another one today. We did the first one yesterday. That was the tag-along one, which is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sure this one's going to be no exception, but y'all want to see these. I'm more than happy to eat these on camera. So let's do this. We have got the Scout's favorite. I got my cheat sheet right here, so let me take this out. Yes, I did warm it up. I like to warm it up in the package. It just gives it a little steam action. Oh, man. Look at that stuff. Look at this. This time we got the Blondie base. Last time was the brownie. We got Samoa cookies. I love me a Girl Scout cookie. And then it's got homemade Samoa themed cookie dough, caramel bits, chocolate chips, shredded coconut, which is basically what a Samoa is. And then he topped it with another Samoa cookie because why not? You want a bite? I can't wait to get into this one. I love Samoas. Actually, my favorite Girl Scout cookie because I'm old now. So we got our Blondie base. Let me take this. I need this. I need this. I need this. What do you think the bite is? This the bite, this the bite, this the bite, that's the bite, right here. That's an actual Samoa. What do you want me to tell you? They took a Blondie, bro. Okay? It just gets better as you chew the damn thing. That's a chocolate, that melted chocolate in there. But they took a Blondie and then they took my favorite Girl Scout cookie. And then they put a layer of them. And they topped it with more cookie dough. And more chocolate. And more shredded coconut. Why is coconut good all of a sudden? I don't even really, I'm getting emotional, bro. I'm sitting here getting hot and bothered over a freaking brownie. 10 out of 10. What the hell do you want me to, listen. Look at this bite. Right here. It's my last bite, bro. I can't. This is my last bite. It's the last bite I'm taking. Do I have to say anything? I just bit way too much brownie. I don't even care. I got it in my cheek like a chipmunk. It's delicious. They're all delicious. We'll be back tomorrow or the next day with the next one, which is going to be delicious too. But I'm happy to cover these for you. Pizza, absolute W. That sandwich is just God tier. I'm not. Just this peak. It's been fun. It's been a vibe. We put the finals to rest. If you have more comments about that, but let's start moving on to things so the season's over. And we'll move on to that. I do have some other topics that we're going to get to as well. We've got a lot of content, a lot of stuff coming out, but you guys have been awesome, blowing up support, blowing up everything. We're going to keep this train rolling, but we'll be back. You already know tomorrow, more content. I love y'all to hand signs. They made it to YouTube.